Well, hey there, welcome to day 1011 of What's She Up to Now. She being me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. I'm documenting and sharing my journey on video as a video log, primarily due to my vision loss over the last, decades, but especially over the last couple of years. My vision has gotten to the point where I am legally blind, and to write things out has become cumbersome. And even if I write them out, trying to read them and decipher them with a magnifying glass gets old. So instead of trying to do that, trying to type and trying to fix typos or have someone else edit it and increasing the time that it takes for me to do anything, I decided I was going to have to buck up and start making live videos, doing live videos. And I just began video journaling. Probably, I wanted to document my journey from the offline world to the online world. I spent, over a quarter century in corporate America working for some really cool companies. And then simultaneously and after that, split off on my own and ran and worked in and built lots of different businesses in different industries. Actually, I figured I had been in 27 different businesses and industries over my career thus far. And now I'm racking up the online industry type things, the online stuff that I've been trying. I've done a summit, I've done membership areas, I've done courses, I've done coaching, I've done consulting, I've done content creation, I've done teaching on specific technical, what they would consider technical or specific projects with respect to doing things online, things like that. I've done product reviews, I've done course reviews, I've done funnel reviews. I call them funnel reviews, or audits for people. I know they're called audibles by the ClickFunnels world, but that always bothered me. I call them audits. It's an audit in my world, my manufacturing background world. We do audits of different processes and procedures and businesses and situations. A lot of SWOT analysis, gap analysis, personality things, leadership, teamwork, all the up the wazoo, different things that we need to know and understand in order to grow and build our businesses. Well, today we talked about the idiom, and I've been sharing an idiom in my Supersize Your Business group and page. I've been sharing an idiom a day for, I think today was day 611 and as counting. Once I started counting, I didn't count initially, but I started counting because I figured after about, I don't know how many days, I figured, all right, if I'm going to do this every day, I need to have some way of keeping track of what I've done and the idioms that I've used, so I can have it in a document where I can search and say, oh, already covered that one. So I wouldn't repeat them. I don't like to repeat myself. I think as we get older, we tend to repeat ourselves. I know that one of my sisters and my mom and my grandmother was definitely like this, where they're telling the same story over and over again. I don't know if it's for emphasis or if they forget that they've told you that story and you've had that discussion, but we tend to do that. Now, I want to not be doing that as I get older, so people aren't like, what? But I do find I'm talking about the same things a lot, the same lessons learned, the same experiences that we all share, because we don't always hear them the first time, right? Sometimes we have to hear something 100 times or 1,000 times before it gets through our skull from our subconscious to our conscious mind. We're like, light bulb, oh my God, how come I'm not acting on that? I've heard it hundreds of times, yet I'm still not doing it. Or worse yet, I've taught it and coached people on it thousands of times, yet I'm still not doing it on my own life, in my own person. I think of things like, I was going to say physical, but that's not a good example because I do a lot of things. But I also, here's an example. I know I should do weight resistance, weight training, some kind of a thing like that. I know I should add that to my healthy regimen, and I don't. I can come up with all kinds of excuses, COVID being the biggest right now, of why I do not and have not done that. Yet I will coach people to do that if they're looking for a change in their health or whatever their situation. So there's an example of do as I say, don't do as I actually do. But those are pretty rare in me these days. I pretty much am an open book, and if I recommend that somebody do something or try something, I've at least done it in the past before. I used to weight train. I used to do that when I was younger, and I know it's really effective. Yet again, I can find all kinds of ways and reasons and excuses to procrastinate on it these days. I talked about flip books today as No Nonsense November, day 4. So every day in November, I'm sharing one of my favorite tools, one of the tools that has had a huge impact on my life. Now, I did one a day as part of the last Get Up and Go challenge, so I shared like 30, probably closer to 40 tools last month, and I thought about, do I want to repeat those? So in some ways yes, some ways no. But I did not talk about flip books last time, and I actually went about 17 minutes today on flip books, why you'd want to use them, how to use them, etc., and what the heck they are. What the heck is a flip book? This is actually my current 2020 flip book. They're my favorite. I got a bunch of these at Target, and they're my favorite because I love them. You can flip the cover all the way back and then look at what's written on them. I've noticed that as my vision has gotten worse and worse and worse, my writing on and the dark, I have to use all black, dark, permanent markers to even see them with my magnifying glasses. So they're not as effective a tool for me personally, given what's going on with my eyes, as they used to be, but I still love them. I still have gotten so much benefit from them that I continue to use them, and I want to share them with people as part of No Nonsense November. Our idiom for today was take a powder. It's a relatively new idiom. It's less than 100 years old, just barely squeaking less than 100 years old. But it means, of course, to flee or to run away or to leave a situation or something. I like to actually use my Oscar de la Renta powder because I forget how much I love the smell of that. And I broke my granddaughter and I broke the top off, which is quite sad because I love their packaging. But taking a powder, as in, I like to think of it as hauling ass out of here, or regrouping, or taking time to reevaluate a situation or a project or a relationship or something that you're involved in that for some reason is feeling off or not right for you. We've all been in situations that are not right for us or are not good for us, and we tend to stay in them longer than we should. You know, I'm very guilty of that. I've stayed in jobs longer than I should. I've stayed in partnerships longer than I should. I've stayed in my marriage longer than I should have because I'd long since known it was bad for me, but I had that whole devil, versus the unknown, the uncertainty. And we tend to build up the unknown and the uncertainty in our mind to keep us stuck, to keep us in situations that we otherwise would have, common sense wise or brain wise, would have left long, long ago. It's all about living the life that we deserve and giving ourselves permission to do that and to create the life that we want. So flip books, take a powder. Oh, fun challenge today was about visitors. And I love this saying because it's a Portuguese proverb about visitors. Basically, visitors are wonderful. Some, are awesome when they visit. Some are often, when they come and arrive. Others are awesome when they actually leave and go home. And I could tell some stories about that. Sometimes we get house guests that stay really a long, long time. And sometimes we host people in situations where we thought it would be a great and ideal situation, but then it drags out. It gets to be too long. And we've all probably been that unwelcome guest on occasion or visitor on occasion as well. I know, almost everything we end up being both sides of that coin, right? None of us are all good or all evil. None of us are all awesome or all terrible at anything, right? We're just this hodgepodge of amazingness that hopefully most of our awesomeness comes out, and we keep the stuff that's quirky and not really a benefit to anyone but us to ourselves, right? So that is what I am working on today. The No Nonsense November. Again, we'll follow that up with the 5th Get Up and Go 30 plus day challenge for the month of December. Have not even thought about that. I'd be fibbing if I said I've even thought about that. Right now I'm working on No Nonsense November, so that's the content I'm creating every day through the month of November. And as I'm doing that, I will, probably this weekend, I've got it scheduled on my calendar, I'm not sure when, spend little blocks of time putting together the next and the final 2020 Get Up and Go Challenge. I'm really excited about it because I think we've covered so much ground and made so much progress in 2020, and it doesn't always feel like that, especially with the environment in the culture and actually just mostly the political and the media conspired environment that we're living in right now. And my best advice to anyone is shut it off. Turn off the TV, turn off your social media, get outdoors, walk in the sunshine, and realize that whatever's going on, this too shall pass. But make sure that you're doing what feels right for you. And that is always doing the right thing, right? It's always being above the line and behaving in ways that you would be proud of, as if somebody's always watching. Because guess what? You are always watching. All right, that's what I'm working on. Have an amazing day. I will be with you tomorrow. Any questions or concerns or, thing you just need somebody to bounce an idea off of, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have a great day.